लगा के मिट्टी का तू बाजी आज लगा ले, ओ तिलक लगा के मिट्टी का तू बाजी आज लगा ले, तुझ में जो चिंगारी है उस शोला आज बना ले, जान लगा के खेल खिलाड़ी, ओ जान लगा के खेल खिलाड़ी, साथ हमेशा स्पोर्ट्स इंडी, शान बढ़ा तू रहे अगाड़ी, जीत की भाषा स्पोर्ट्स इंडी, 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 स्पोर्ट्स इंडी।
Well, hello and welcome to one more episode of the World of Sports on the Sports Indie channel. The fever of Olympics is very much on. One of the most stunning features of Olympics is, apart from the fact that this year India is sending the largest contingent ever, we now have also list of women who have won laurels for India at the quadrennial summer games. Presently, we have one silver to our credit, definitely, but India is still in the race for more medals in the Tokyo Olympics. Well, what can we say more? With the men's hockey team securing the sure top two finish for qualifying in the quarterfinals, along with PV Sindhu and then boxer Satish Kumar, archer Deepika Kumari in the quarterfinals, and Lovelina in kickboxing. Yes, of course, we keep our hopes right pinned on there. And now let's talk about today's episode. Our guest today is within our shooting range of questions. Of course, yes. We have with us the Shivchatrapati Award, the highest sports award in Maharashtra, winner Vishwajeet Shinde. May I invite him here?
Hello.
Namaste, Vishwajeet ji. But there is one more thing that I must be doing at this moment. Before I really call upon today's guest and invite him for questions and more questions, I also call upon Supriya Badve, who's the CEO of Sportsindi and the brain behind this program. Namaste, Supriya ji.
Hello.
So, Supriya ji, we always have you talk about, call upon, and invite the guest. But before you welcome him, can I just quickly give our viewers an understanding about the guest we have today? Do we really need to go beyond this? But yes, we have to, because we have with us a person who is director for training at the Savarkar Air Rifle Club, and also his company for the Olympic Research Center at Shivaji Park, Dadar, Mumbai. He's the honorary coach. He has been the honorary coach for Government of Maharashtra for shooting at the Kreeda Prabodhini and Nasik from 1997 to 2013. Apart from the fact that, of course, his expertise gives him a tremendous amount of opportunities to be a commentator, to be a guest speaker for sports TV and the news television and channels. I should say that yes, he has been a certified shooting sports coach for various participation in different countries as well, and has represented Maharashtra contingent for the Republic Day banner competition. He is, of course, as I said, the Shiva Chhatrapati Award winner for 1994. And among his most prominent achievements, we can, of course, talk about he having secured the first place in the World Railway Shooting Championship in third position event at Poland in 2010, at a team gold at World Railway Shooting Championship in third position event in 2015, national games with one national games record, national championship in 2018 in big bore rifle thrown event, junior national champion in 1991 in small bore rifle three position event, 110 medals including 59 gold medals at nationals from 1991 to 2019, and of course having broken the national record in nationals 9 times, being a multiple state champion of Maharashtra, having trained more than 3,500 shooters in shooting. We have with us once again our guest about whom we would love to know more and understand more about. Supriya ji, may I invite you to invite him formally and welcome him on the show.
Welcome on this platform of Sports Indie, and we all are very eager to hear from you the story and all your achievements, and really sports on this Sports Indie we are focusing on sports ecosystem. So maybe your more inputs will add on to our concept of building sports ecosystem, and that will give much bigger insight to our viewers today, so that they can contribute to this sports ecosystem. So wish you a warm welcome on Sports Indie platform.
Thank you.
So thank you, Supriya ji. And Vishwajeet ji, now I come to you to, as I said, shoot some questions from our side. But please tell us about rifle shooting as a sport. Are there different types in these? And if they are indeed, of course, what are they?
Let me tell you about a shooting sport. Shooting is a very old sport connected with guns. People, whenever they think about shooting, it is all connected with guns, hunting, or maybe firing and arm wars. So everything, when it comes to gun, people think that it is connected with violence. So shooting as a sport is totally non-violence, and it is something which has turned the guns to glory. So it's a wonderful sport because I say that it is the easiest sports in the world. Why? Because all you have to do is just do nothing, just stand still and squeeze the trigger without disturbing your aim. That's all what the game is. And the most important thing about this game is this game, though it is of very, very, very precision, one thing is there that all you have to be is cool and calm, and do nothing, just watch your sights, focus on foresight, or whatever your sight picture, and do execute the trigger to get the best shot, and repeat it again and again, whatever time, 60 times or 40 times, to get a complete score. And the most important thing is the level is remain same right on the first day when you learn up to the Olympics. Every time you have to do the same thing. It's just a game of discipline and cool concentration.
Precisely.
That's,
That's something which should be underlined. It's cool,
and
constant.
that was an introduction, but there are different events like athletics. You have many events in shooting also. We have three major bifurcations: rifle, pistol, and shotgun. Today we are going to talk about rifle shooting. And in rifle shooting, the previous ones is a prone event where you lie down and shoot. It is very game of precision because everybody shoots in a shirt button at 50-meter distance, or at 300 meters maybe a 1 rupee or 2 rupee coin. So that's a real game of precision. You have to be cool and calm and just shoot perfectly. And then comes three position event, which is shot in standing, kneeling, and prone. So kneeling, you kneel and shoot. In standing, you stand and shoot. In prone, you lie down and shoot. And overall, whoever totals up to the best performer is the best shooter. And nowadays, to make it more attractive, there is finals. Finals are deciders who will be better. So once the top 8 or top 6 in some event comes into finals, and then the competition between each other is little made more attractive by one going off. So that's the game. And now in 1976 in Munich Olympics, the air rifles were introduced, and air gun has now become the favorite event of all the shooters and all over the world, because it is shot in indoor range. As I told you, big bore rifle 300 meters is shot in the open big bore range, whereas a small bore range is 50 meters. That is also an open range where light, wind, all other external factors matters. But air gun is shot in indoor range, and in Mumbai getting a 10-meter distance is really difficult, but in your house. But in other areas, rural areas, 10-meter is not a big deal for making a shooting range of your own also. And there are many ranges all around, and the guns doesn't need license. It is not the real firearm, and the age is no limit to possess a license. So this game has become more and more popular all over the world. And the wonderful thing is you can do anytime. You can do practice night also, morning also, and daytime, because it is always in a same temperature, same climate, with the same conditions.
So thank you for
So
that answer, Vishwajit ji. Which in a way tells me also that how technology has contributed to bringing in more people into the realm of this particular sport, isn't it so?
yes, obviously. Previously, this game was very slow game. So the people used to shoot, and the next day the results used to come. But now there are computerized targets which are working on the sound sensors and laser sensors. So the bullet shot is graphically shown on the computer, and in 10 seconds it is all over the world. And so everybody is able to see now, whereas Tejaswini was shooting today, every 10 seconds we were able to know what the shot she has fired here
Hmm.
in India. So it's only because of the technology. And so plus the results are seen by everybody, so it's become more exciting. So of course technology has made a big difference in shooting sport.
Hmm. Indeed so. But now you tell us about your journey. How did you chance upon rifle shooting? Because that should be
Uh,
also something which is very inspiring.
Yeah, my dad got one air gun. Just some person wanted. He always had a passion to buy a gun, but he was not getting arm licenses. Finally, he got one air gun from one policeman, and I started playing at home with the pens and chalks and pencils, some nuts or bottle and all. Then he felt that he should be a shooter. So he put me in Swatantraveer Savarkar Rifle Club, where there was a training going on. I learned there. There I stood first. Then we went to the Maharashtra Rifle Association, Worli, where I saw all great shooters. And there I saw some Asian medalist, Charu Rao, shooting in the dead center. I was absolutely amazed. How is it possible? It's impossible to shoot again and again in the dead center in hardly 2 millimeter distance. But then I went there and started learning under my coach Sanjay Chakraborty, and slowly, I also started becoming the same. That's
I'm
how
sure.
it started. And then
Okay.
obviously that time I was junior, so I became a junior state champion, junior national champion. And then I got a job. My dad said, you want to earn 1,000 rupees, or else leave this sport. So I the railways came and offered me a job, and I'm a shooter now, and I'm earning also for my own shooting.
Okay, great. So in a way,
And then
partly
it
from
went. Then the awards, medals, that made that shooting as my status. And then everything flowed with my students started winning. I became a coach also. And
hmm.
that's all what I am in front of you.
That's very great. In fact, I'll pick up from where you left the last line about your students becoming, winners and you being a coach. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later also again, but considering that, how do you select your students or who can qualify for this sport? Are there any special qualifications required? Are there any, how can I say, eligibility conditions to be a part of this sport? Because as you said, on one hand you have increasing number of people who are becoming a part of this sport and who are taking it up as a passion sports for themselves. So how does one qualify for this sport?
Yeah, that's a very good question that you have asked, and Priya. The biggest advantage of this sport, that this sport doesn't have any physical barriers. Neither the
Okay.
age is barrier, neither a physical barrier. Even the fattest man can be a good shooter. Even the thinnest man can be good shooter. You neither need to be tall, neither tiny, nor fast, nor very sturdy. Nothing doing. All you have to do is do nothing. You will wonder. There is an 14 years old girl also who has shot well. We have an example of Manu Bhakar and Savrabh Chaudhary of India, who at the age of 16 have won the world medals. And also there is a 72 years old man, Oscar Swan, who has won an Olympic silver medal. A 68 years old Raghunath Skanekar made a new world record and said bye bye to shooting. Means he still had potential to be a good shooter. Why all this? Will you wonder that there was a lady who delivered a baby after 2 months? She won an Olympic medal, and there was one lady who was 8 months pregnant and she played Olympics. You know, last Olympics she was in Olympics and she was shooting. She missed the finals with a whisker, but she was went to the 10th position in air rifle event. So this game doesn't demand any physics, anything. I prefer people not less than 12, not because they can't do that, but because the kids are little impatient and they are very thin. So their performance may drop and their self image may drop. So I prefer them starting at 12. And this is a game of guns. So for safety purpose also, I feel the age of 12 is a best age to start with. Whereas
Correct.
further age limit, there is no limit. Any person, even at the oldest age, can come and be a champion.
Certainly, that sounds really, really more promising and inspiring as well. I'm going to ask you a question about how does one go about training for shooting. But before that, before I come to that question and I pose it to you, I would want to pose a question to Supriya ji here, who has been with us. And as I said, she's the mind and the brain and the effort also equally behind this entire channel and the world of sports. Supriya ji, according to one study, in a country of that we are about 1.3 billion people, only 5% of Indians are supposed to be knowing about sport. I mean, of course, more number of supposed to be knowing, but as per the study, only 5% of Indians know about sports, any sports for that matter. Do you think this the stumbling block for India not faring well at the international
Yeah, well, Priyambada, I don't think that only 5% are knowing about sports, because we know for us cricket is God, and we are just every Indian is behind cricket. And I think each and every a small kid also knows much about all details and all rules and regulations, and everyone wants to pursue cricket as a game, and everyone want a position, or want to participate at national level, international level. So it's a more kind of focus that we want to give to any other game. As cricket, we are following rigorously. We have come up with IPL and other premier leagues for everyone is participating in that. For me, for at a national and international level, the system matters a lot. So after cricket, we have came up with a more good system, or a good entertainment kind of adding glamour to kabaddi, and then we came up with pro kabaddi league. So that has given much boost to that game. So I think whole around that game matters. If society at large wants to contribute to that sports, say for as on today, Vishwajit shared that rifle shooting is a very good game, and each one can pursue that. Age is no limit for that game. So like this, if everyone can think and design sports as a career, then it will be possible for us to make sports as a day to day part of our life. As of now,
absolutely.
thousands of people, uh, right from rural area, from urban area, they have sports talent, but only thing they are away from mainstream. And that's why Sportsindi, what we are doing, we want to bring such all talent to the surface, to this platform. And I want government and society and we all together should put our best of best efforts, and give this sports person a good push and good support. Like in entertainment industry, what happens that name, fame, money is all related to that industry. I think sports is not at all low or something behind that than is entertainment industry. This all talents, like whatever the physical challenges they are overcoming, they are making lot of efforts, dedication. So if at all, if we come together as a society, as a government, and if we form a public private partnership, creating opportunities for the on the basis of economics of the in the sports industry, then I think every sports can become daily part of our life, and more people will get attracted towards it. And yes, this whatever we are calling it as a sports, as a stumbling block, we will overcome this. And definitely we will have more sports person across India in recent times.
I'm sure. Thank you for that answer, Supriya ji. Vishwajit ji,
Uh,
coming back to you, as Supriya
I
ji
would
also
like
said,
to add something to
definitely.
Supriya's talk. I have a goal of my life to make a sport as sports culture increase in India for every person. The fact
Hmm.
is that in our educational stream, we don't have a sports, because in sports it's just a formality that you go and play or learn exercise till it
Hmm.
becomes 100 mark sports paper or a sports curriculum. Sports is not going to grow in the our country, because our parents are interested in spending more than 30, 40, 50,000 rupees for tuitions, but they are not willing to send kids for the sports. Whereas sports is the only thing that makes you physically fit. Sports is the only thing that makes you work hard. Sports is the only thing which will make you live life very nicely the way you wish. So sports should be incorporated right from standard one in the schools, and every year it should be a different sport should be taught to the kids. So whoever loves that sport, he will get attracted to that sport, and probably by the time he crosses his 10th standard, he will be a sportsman in every game. And if every person becomes a sportsman sometime, he will support sports in all ways, whether he is the poorest man or the richest man. And then we don't have to cry or beg by any person. Everybody, the sports culture itself will make our sports grow automatically, and then sports will become a life for everybody. I have many ideas about it, and I'll help Supriya in all ways for promoting sport. I promise.
Thank you for that. But coming back to the shooting part of it and the shooting as a sport, how do you think one goes about training for it? Because immense amount of talent only will be realized with training, equal amount of training, I would say. So how
Well,
does
let me.
one train for shooting?
That's very good. You have asked me, and everybody will be knowing about it. Shooting sport is very easy to start, but it is better that you train at a club anywhere where the shooting is professionally taught, because it is with a gun. So safety is prime importance, and also if you learn the game with proper way, it becomes easier for you. The advantage of this sport, it is this game is one man show. A person starts working hard and does the curriculum whatever we teach them, like take a good stance, good position, understand what is the perfect sight alignment, how to squeeze the trigger without disturbing the sights, and little more techniques. He starts training very nicely, and this game is not limited to anybody, any rich or poor people. You, anybody who masters this technique properly can become a champion. In cricket, like one Sachin Tendulkar makes a double century, but the other team flows off. The team is nowhere. A football player in a rural area is very good, but his team never reaches the higher competition, so he never comes into limelight. But I have several examples, which includes Tejaswini Samant, who is now the star of India in rifle shooting from Maharashtra. Kolhapur, we have Rai Sarnovat, who is from also from a normal family, including Anjali Bhagwat. We have a simple example of Navnath Fartade, who became a junior world champion. He is
Absolutely.
absolutely a farmer's child. And I have been to his house. Today he's a district sports officer in Maharashtra government. So shooting sport is for everybody, and all you have to do is just start the game, learn simple techniques. Later on, every club provides you with the starting guns and everything. If you love this sport and you are passionate about it, this sport is you can grow like anything. If you sincerely, well disciplined, follow it, within 6 months you can be a national player. And our national federation has been supporting the sport very, very, very well. And so I think you can reach that heights of international achievements also.
I'm sure, Vishwajit ji, because my next question just follows very automatically to what you have said. You have been the national champion and have broken records, have won 59 gold medals, represented India in world championships, won a first place in the USIC. What is your mantra for winning?
I would like to correct. I've represented India in World Railway Championship, not World Championship. But of course,
All
it's
right.
my dream, and I am sure next year I have all plans to do it. Well, about the mantra, all I would say the first important thing in shooting is you just need a practice. If you sincerely practice regularly, and what to practice, all you have to practice is not shooting the guns. All you have to practice is how to make your gun steady, more steady, and squeeze the trigger without disturbing the sights, which doesn't need any bullets or anything. Probably after a level you need a good gun so that you can shoot well. But in India, we have you if you buy a cricket bat, you have to pay a custom duty. But in India, shooting gun, you don't have to pay a custom duty. The our federation has made the government make our sports very popular, and you have seen today in shooting we have getting the maximum medals. Now exception is this Olympics, but always we have seen the shooting is giving more glory for the nation, and the game is now reaching the roots in the rural area. So coming soon you will say that shooting is the favorite game instead of cricket in coming future.
That's great. I mean, let's hope
And
so for.
talking about mantra, all I would say that all you have to do is practice regularly and have focus, passion alive till you achieve your goal. So if you have a passion, very strong passion, पागल होना पड़ता है कुछ चाहने के लिए. अगर वो पागलपन तुम्हारे में है तो you will bound sure that you will bang and achieve whatever you wish.
Absolutely. So, coming back to Supriya ji here, Supriya ji, as Vishwajit ji just talked about, that how people could be, larger number of people can become a part of it, a training, a sheer discipline, a tremendous amount of passion. There is one aspect, however, which I want you to comment on, and that is about the sports literacy. People can be literate in different ways. Just reading ABCDs is not enough as a literacy. So, sports literacy is often defined as the capacity to put the sporting skills and the knowledge to functional use for a more informed, a more engaged citizenship. How do you think we can improve the sports literacy in India?
Um, Priyambada, actually, the answer or reply to this question is given by Vishwajit ji just now.
Mm,
What I would say, if at all it concerns to literacy, so physical and health literacy and more knowledge about specific game, knowing skills about skill about that particular game are kind of literacies required to excel in particular game. What I feel that like we have career opportunities in engineering, medical, pharmacy. So sports should be available as one of the career option, and it should be
mm,
available at university level. I feel I agree to views of Mr. Vishwajit that sports should be compulsory subject at school level. So at middle level, uh, a student should understand his or her interest, that I'm
Hmm.
more keen on pursuing these sports as my career, and now I
Right.
have a lot of opportunities to pursue sports as career. So by 10th, he will be ready with his idea how I can pursue sports. And at 11th, 12th, and further at graduation level, sports will be available for him as a career. Like in as mentioned in sports ecosystem, we have lot many careers available now. So if government and the society and our education system can bring this sports as a career in at university level, I think sports will become very integral part of our life. And whatever we are seeing, that people are just, or students, or even parents are a bit apprehensive to send their children to pursue sports as a career, because there is apprehension that after certain age or after certain period, if the career of sports stops, what else then? But
True.
when we are giving such message that sports as a career is available, and even though you stop playing, the other opportunities in sports are available with you, definitely people will get attracted towards this, and sports will become integral part. And of course, literacy, as I said, short skill development programs can be designed by all of us. Means at Sports Indie, we are thinking for that, uh, the new vision of our prime minister for this education system, wherein exits and entries are allowed, so I think
True.
this will give more boost to sports in the sports as a career, and that will literally bring much literacy to all the students across India.
Sure. Thank you for the answer, Supriya ji. And Vishwanath ji, there is one more thing I want to ask. We are almost reaching to an end of our program, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful time to have you talk so passionately. I mean, the very way you talk, it kind of reflects the passion for your sports and the experience that you have had. Can you share any interesting events from your sporting career, and what is your suggestion for the budding players? Few words for them as well.
Uh, uh, it's as Supriya said, the game is going to grow, and for shooting sport, as you told, regarding my experience, I would like to share one experience of our positive attitudes or our dreams. So we were going for the World Railway Championship in France. For the whole Indian team was ready. I, being a senior, was like a coach, as well as I was a shooter in the team. So we all used to every day follow a regime that was taught to me by my mentor and coach, Mr. BP Bam, Vishmaraj Bam, who was also a psychologist, sports psychologist for Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Agit Sethi, and many more. So he had taught us circle of excellence and visualization. He used to make us do it. And same thing, I did it with my boys' whole team in one place. Every night before sleeping, we used to do the visualization. The thing worked very, very nicely, because when they used to go to sleep, they used to carry that in the sleep. They used to also automatically, the last thing that is, it continues. So it used to continue. And believe me, whatever we visualized,
Hmm.
everything happened as it is in the France. There were so much of troubles that our guns were kept in customs, and we were not allowed to carry our guns because of
Okay.
some European rules. We had to borrow the guns, and still our all shooters shot fantastically. We won the championship in all the events, and whatever we had visualized in the prize distribution, the national anthem, absolutely the way we had visualized it happened. Even the
Wow.
trophies, we got it as it is. My boys were so stunned that after the competition they said that we have won this, sir, we have seen this picture so many times in last 15 days, and it has happened as it is. So thanks to Mr. Palm who taught us this, and I would like to add it to my students every day. So we make them do. That's what my forte is. Plus, when I went abroad for the international coaching system, I became ISSFC certified and B certified coach. There also, when I presented my all these things, they all appreciated this very much, and they may has asked me to do a certification, which soon I will be doing, which is the topmost
Okay.
coach certification all over the world.
Okay.
So, and this is not one example, I have several examples of it. But so I always say that the coach should only make the student dream big, and if he is able to do that, his students are going to rock.
Fantastic. I mean, I personally think that this has been one of the best parts of today's discussion, what you have just spoken about. And we'll carry that ahead with us for all the viewers and the players and the budding players and everyone who has been a part of it. Vishwanathji, has been a fantastic time talking to you and hearing from you. Supriyaji, thank you so much for being a part of this today and always. And for all my viewers, I would just say one more thing: the passion, the discipline, and the commitment always serves you right. You stay safe and have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday evening ahead. Bye for now.